And just like that, this is the Monday M.A.S.S, the world's greatest action sports podcast. Also, an action sports podcast about nothing. I am the Humungous.
My name is I forget how to do my voice. Hello.
Steve.
Hello, I'm Steven Cinnamon here.
Thank you, Steve. Well, shit, happy Halloween, everybody.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll see how long I can keep this mask on while we do this podcast. It does give me quite the headache, to be honest.
Is it because your glasses are under it?
Yeah. This is my,
bring the glasses forward of the mask. There we go. Now it's more you.
It's not gonna.
We can duct tape them.
Duct tape them? Shit.
Hi, we're gonna do why we're wearing the costume. It's because it's Halloween.
It's October 31st. Couldn't get any worse. That's what's up.
Are you over Halloween yet?
Me?
I feel like it's already
Yes.
happened.
I'm done with Halloween.
I feel like Halloween kind of happened this weekend, and now we're like.
No, this is only my third costume of the day.
Yeah, you had Tin Candelorian.
Tin Candelorian, great name by the way. Thank you for that one. I was a WQS grinder this morning at Seaside, and now I'm the Humungous.
What's Lord Humungous?
Lord Humungous.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What's a WQS grinder? Is that like
I wore a U.S. Open jersey and went out to Seaside and just hassled the hell out of everybody.
Really?
It was great.
I bet people were super stoked on that until it became annoying.
It was funny for a minute. It was funny right at first, and then of course, like most things I do, it gets old quick.
I'm gonna take a picture of this. This is really funny. Look at us. Just a couple of olds.
Couple of grown-ups doing some stuff.
My wife is so over Halloween at this point.
Why? It's Halloween proper.
I know, but
fine.
You know what happens is you get. You know, your husband puts on a suit of Star Wars armor 6 times, and you need assistance. We went to a party the other night. You hosted the Belly Up.
Oh yeah.
80s Heat.
One of the best
on
80s
Saturday night.
heats ever.
I got stuck in my costume. I tried to come to the Belly Up, but the line was so big, and then you told me that it was like the Belly Up of old, where it was people
Oh my god.
all up on each other.
There was grinding, there was writhing, there was good costumes. I'm telling you, you would have won the costume contest. I think the winners of the costume contest were, we had 2 pit bulls, like Mr. Worldwide, pretty good.
Really?
Mr. Clean, for some reason the crowd loved Mr. Clean.
You want to shut the door?
Yeah.
I'm allergic to this costume. This has been sitting in the closet since the last time we did Nixon News.
We're gonna do that again soon, by the way.
We are. What this is called is foreshadowing.
Yeah, it was a super fun 80s heat, Halloween heat.
See, now I look like I'm in that Beastie Boys video.
Oh, Sabotage.
Yeah,
Listen, oh yeah, it's a sabotage. I gotta put this back on. Sometimes you have to suffer. Sometimes you have to suffer for the good of Halloween. This show, we were talking about, so sold out, belly up. I mean, raging wall to wall.
Yeah, it sounded like a fucking nightmare to me.
It was, like I said,
my costume is very like, it's so intricate, involved, and there's like pieces. Like the last thing I want to do is like be like bumping into people.
Oh yeah, you would
have fucking broken. I would have had a nervous breakdown.
You would have definitely had a breakdown.
Because there would have been dudes like, oh my god, you're the fucking Mandalorian. What's up? Where's the Grogu? They like throw up on me.
Exactly.
I don't want that.
I wanted people to throw up on me. So what have I had so far? Football player.
Yeah.
Dead football player. We had the Tin Candelorian, like you said.
Yeah.
WQS Warrior, and I went Road Warrior.
I think
the Lord Humungous.
Lord Humungous is the best one by far.
I think it's my sexiest.
It's
costume.
pretty sexy.
It's pretty sexy, I will say that. Speaking of sexy, we've got sponsors. Let's bust them out. That's right. The Monday M.A.S.S is presented by K2 Snowboarding. K2.snowboarding on Instagram. You know the K2 Snowboarding team. They're pretty amazing, aren't they?
That's right. We got like Chris Engelsman, Tim Manning,
Bam.
Louis Fountain, Travis Parker.
Are you just making up names?
Oh, I was thinking of the K2 team from like 2000.
No, we've got Olympic gold medalists on the K2 team.
We do?
Yeah, Sage Katzenberg. They just did their brain dead release. Hammers. That's right. K2 Snowboarding. Pedal Electric at pedal.electric.
Which, in hindsight, would have been the smart choice for me to travel around town because the Boba Fett backpack does not fit in the car when it's on you.
No. Yeah, so if you want to travel around your town wearing a Boba Fett costume, get a Pedal Electric at pedal.electric.
Wait,
DM us for the code.
Hold on. Time out.
What?
What did you what did you look at today that inspired you to put this together?
I was feeling self-conscious because I only had 3 costume changes in the past couple days, and so I just kind of racked my brain as to what I could be. And I remembered they had these masks here on our wall, and it just fell in my lap. You know, I'm trying to maintain my stance as King of Halloween.
Pretty honest.
So far, so good. Bachans, Japanese barbecue sauce at Tribe Bachans. I like saying it like that, Bachans. I've been watching their advertisements on the old Instagram. There's some good stuff. It makes me hungry every time.
One of my favorite ones is the one where they redid the Grey Poupon commercial.
I liked that too. Beneath Apparel at BN3TH Apparel. It is snowboarding season, as you all might know or may not know, but what we've got from Beneath Apparel, some of the best undergarments, underwear, and base layer for you. Check them out and use the code MASS20.
It's like a bear hug.
Pretty sure.
Underness.
And again, gave some more underwear out to some friends, and
when kids come to your house for trick or treating, it's customary to give them underwear in some parts of the world.
True. And you use Beneath Apparel because they're the best. NanocraftCBD at NanocraftCBD. Let me tell you, running around for 4 hours straight at the belly up. You've seen my performances at the belly up. I don't stop.
What do you have to do?
I have to. It's super weird because nowadays when you're DJing, it used to be it's like the DJ would be here and everybody would be dancing together on the dance floor.
Right.
But I think in the past 5 or 6 years, with DJ culture kind of exploding, people are now trained to watch the DJs, which is fine at some points, but if we're just up there DJing, you know, people kind of stop dancing. So I gotta run around.
Really? So you're like dancing. So let me ask you this: so if I came there in my Boba Fett costume, would I have had to like how did the Halloween costume contest go?
We go out, we give tickets to good costumes, and then
in
people
the audience.
line up. Yeah, and people line up, and then they come up 5 at a time. It's audience participation, so it's basically
5 at a time.
Yeah, 5 at a time. And there's groups, so at some points there's 20 people on stage.
That sucks.
At Bubs Naturals, You know I've been sneaking at Bubs Naturals in my kids' mac and cheese, right? I told you that.
You should sneak it in their Halloween candy.
I sneak it in a hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate.
What? Hot chocolate? That's
Chris,
something totally different.
This just in.
Love Bubs Naturals.
They are not putting fentanyl in kids' candy.
Oh, is that a rumor?
That was a rumor.
Damn it, I was looking for that fentanyl.
Yeah.
But
there could be Bubs Naturals.
A little fentanyl goes a long way.
That's what they say.
Apparently.
That's what they say.
In the case of Bubs Naturals, which is actually it's the opposite of fentanyl, because what Bubs Naturals does is help you live longer. It helps you die young, late as possible.
Dying young, older.
What I'm saying, strong bones, hair, skin, teeth, etc. with Bubs. With fentanyl, you don't get any of that stuff. It's actually all the reverse. Hansen Surfboards. We should have gone trick-or-treating at Hansen Surfboards.
I'm going tonight.
Are you going to wear this outfit?
Not this one. I'm going to wear the outfit.
Are you going in Bubba?
Yeah, I'm going Bubba.
Bubba Fett.
You know,
what are you getting?
Bubs Naturals could have
Bubs
Bubba.
Fett.
Bubs of Fat.
We should sponsor you next year.
But I see. I don't know what's
they sponsor your podcast.
My friend Robbie's going to go down there, and his wife, and maybe my daughter if she's feeling like she wants to tolerate me. But so we're gonna go down to we're gonna go downtown.
It also doubles as my Mandalorian gun. Tin Candalorian.
We're gonna go down and walk around, and this is where I feel like I'm appreciated the most.
Yeah, by the kids.
By the kids. And then we might go over to Sandcastle. You ever heard of that street?
Oh yeah, I heard Sandcastle.
Sandcastle Street in Encinitas.
If you don't know where that is.
It is like Burning Man and Lollapalooza
on acid
and Juggalo Festival
on acid
came together. It's a full lose your kids on Halloween Street.
Perfect. That's what we're gonna do right here. Or I'm gonna trick or treat over here.
Are you?
In this.
Remember I came over last year?
I did. Thank you for doing that.
So did you still go with those guys?
So with a 11 and a 14-year-old,
That should be a no.
I told them, please guys, can we just all go together for one block? I just want one block.
Oh, just
Go down the
because.
street.
Just for
I just want to
yeah,
see it.
I want that too.
They want to see their dad in this outfit, you know? Pannikin Coffee and
Are you
Tea.
gonna go in that?
Not tonight. I'm going in Tin Can DeLorean.
Good.
Pannikin Coffee and Tea, which Todd, I texted you this
I was
morning.
just over there.
We used to go there every Halloween morning, Todd, and
I was just
you
o-
ditched me this
I was just
morning.
over there.
Not in your costume.
No, because
Uh,
it's too
uh,
much.
uh,
You know how much of a process it is to put that fucking thing on.
It's honestly, yours is easier than mine. It took me a half hour to put my costume on.
Did you have to put? Okay, so check this out.
So mine's attached with shoelaces.
So I went to this party up here in
Yeah.
Neptune on Saturday night, and so I was leaving the party to come to belly up. So I split out of the party, and I walk back to the car, and I get to the car, and I've got like the fucking backpack on, all the armor, and then I realize that there's no one there to take it off.
Oh.
Because I
you
always
can't take it off alone.
No, dude. So I'm like this weird trying to like unclip this super heavy backpack.
Yeah.
I'm so hot,
Yeah.
and like it was like if someone had rolled up on me while I was doing it, it would look like I was just like
You were fighting yourself.
raping myself in the
Jesus.
street.
You online at
You.
All Lost Media. You online at All Lost Media. That's our home away from home. Also, New Greens and
New
at
Greens.
Pure
Actually,
Prescriptions.
It's more. We're just gonna cross out New.
I'm gonna take it off. I'm taking
Take out
it
New
off
Greens.
the script
New
right
Greens
here.
is a part of Pure Prescriptions, but New Greens is being revamped, retooled, re-released. It will happen soon. In the meantime, we are pushing Pure
Pure
Prescriptions,
Prescriptions.
which have such great items as Dreamtime.
Okay.
And Dreamtime is a natural melatonin sleep aid. They also have all the. What are you doing?
Nothing. Go ahead. Just keep talking.
Don't just pick your pubes while we're on.
No, I have my chain is actually tickling me
They
downstairs.
don't offer anything at Pure Prescriptions that will help with that, but they do have
Nothing to help a
all
chain
the
tickle.
greatest things coming into this winter. It's almost winter. It's almost winter.
Yeah, I got my phase 2 snowboard right
It's
now.
almost winter.
Yeah.
So that means, guess what? COVID's back.
Is it?
That's what they say. The flu is running rampant. You need Perfect Immune to help you fight.
This guy
Like
mainstream.
that.
Here's the mainstream media.
I'm trying to sell some
Thank you.
products here, bro.
I'm with you. Pure Prescriptions will help fight everything.
Fight disease. Use Pure Prescriptions.
It's good for you inside and out. Also, speaking of good for you on the outside, you don't have any stickers on your body, do you? Well, you should get some. We have some.
Our tattoos just human stickers.
Yes. But they're not made by diecutstickers.com.
No.
Diecutstickers.com. We've actually had a lot of friends. Oh, look. Where's our, I got the package over here from Adam Art.
Oh yeah, Dude, Adam got these. He sent some.
These were at he got these Adam Art.
So sick.
This
Our
is
buddy
actually very cool.
Adam Art. He's an art teacher at school. Look, kids,
At
if
school.
you shouldn't be watching Monday Mass because we say a lot of terrible things about people, but
These are the newbies
Our
right there.
man,
Those are made at diecutstickers.com.
he makes really cool stuff. It's fucking what?
Advertise it. There you go. Adam Art. Follow him on Instagram.
Yeah, look at this. Is my daughter. She stole all. She's super into The Walking Dead, and she took all the Walking Dead guys. If you follow him, Adam Art.
So your daughter's mother's a deadhead, and your daughter is a walking deadhead.
She likes the undead. Head.
Wow,
What?
crazy.
You know, my wife one year did a flash mob to Thriller.
At my party.
Oh wait, they came to Belly Up that year.
Yes. Was at my party.
Did they win?
I don't remember. I think they left actually.
They were so good. It was
They were
like I think it
good.
was like 10 of my wife's friends, and they all went to dance class from like August 1st
So great.
until Halloween, and they learned the Thriller thing, and they would just like someone just turned the boombox on. They did it in the middle of the 101 downtown.
Yeah. We actually have a dance crew that now comes up. But now that I think about it, your wife and her crew are the original dancers at
Yeah.
ABC.
Yeah.
Good times. Surf News brought to you by Hansen Surfboards. Todd's going to be there later today. If this podcast comes out in time, you might see him in his Boba Fett outfit. Stab High, episode 1. Bravo. Bravo.
Surf News
Yes!
is brought to you by
Did you watch it?
Hansen Surfboards.
Did you watch Stab High, episode 1?
Nope, could care less.
That's
No,
not true.
I'm not. I'm just. That was in character. I gotta get ready because Nixon News. My name is Steven Cinnamon, and I play a character on Nixon News. Nixon will be a huge sponsor of this podcast.
We have a clock.
Very shortly. They don't know it, but they will be, and we will chain them to
At
this
a
podcast
bargain rate.
for just slightly below what market value is, and we're gonna chain them to this podcast like Chris has chained up his nipples. That's right. Anyway, so yes, Stab consistently putting out the best surf content on the web. Argue with me or don't.
Yeah, and you know what? I think we were maybe last week when we were a little, upset,
Disillusioned.
and we were saying that we don't get invited to anything anymore. And you know what? That's fine. We don't have to be invited to everything.
Speak for yourself.
Would like to maybe just be featured.
I'm really bummed that no one's done a story on the Monday Mass
An article.
in Action Sports Media.
Well, we've actually had some shout-outs and mentions of top podcasts ever.
Really?
You know, we're a slow burn and an acquired taste.
Yeah.
And sometimes it doesn't taste great.
We're like an episode of Andor. It's like such a slow burn that you almost fall asleep.
Why are all shows boring now?
They're not boring.
Except The Watcher. That one's good.
What is the
Nerd News?
We'll get to this in Nerd News, but there's some shows that I think are really they're the chef's kiss. Okay,
there's some shows. The Challenger Series is going down right now. The
Where?
Corona Saquarema
Brazil?
Pro. Yeah, I was in Saquarema. What a place! I love that spot. Here is your the draw is gnarly. So this is the second to last Challenger Series of the year. You've got Zhao Chianca fighting for a spot on tour, trying to get back. You've got Gabriel Medina, guys like Michael Dunphy, Connor Coffin, the list goes on and on. Some of the guys that need big results that could potentially qualify. Eitan Osborne sitting at number 12 in the world. What do you think Eitan Osborne's chances of qualification are?
Eitan Osborne qualifies for the CT.
Oh, I would love that. I would really love that. I love Eitan Osborne.
He's
Ramsey Bukian's number 14 right
following
now.
in the footsteps of Dane Reynolds.
A lot of people say that.
Yeah.
He's a lot skinnier though.
Mm.
Still does great hairs.
Mm.
Interesting kid too.
Mm.
I really am a big fan of Eitan Osborne.
Same.
Ramsey Bukian is number 14.
How do you say his last name?
Bukian.
It's not Buchheim.
Bukian. He's from Morocco. He's a goofy footer. He's a great dude. All these people trying to qualify. Check this out. As it stands right now, some names above the cut line that you might not have known about. Ian Gentile.
Wow, I haven't heard that name in a while.
6 foot something from Maui. He's right there above the cut line. Dylan Moffitt. Have you ever heard that name?
Yes.
Wait, wasn't the Silence of the Lambs?
Yes.
The guy's name was Moffitt, right?
What?
The murderer, Moffitt. Something about Moffitt in Silence of the Lambs. It's Halloween.
There was a moth.
There was a moth. There's also a Moffitt. Maxime Houchinot, Michael Rodriguez, just name a few. The comp could start any day now, so tune in. Now, if you want to talk about a real podcast, doing real things to help other people,
not us.
Not us.
Nope.
We're trying to help
No
anybody
way,
but ourselves.
Jose.
Ain't it swell? The Swellians. Jedham, Smith, Vaughn, Blakey. So they have a podcast, Ain't It Swell. It's great.
What are they? How are they saving the world?
They started doing a lot of live shows. They would get a couple hundred people there. Really raucous affairs, really fun things going on. They have special guests. Yeah.
You're telling me that we could get 100 people?
Not us.
We lock the
I'm talking about a
doors
real
behind them so they can't leave.
Surf-focused podcast.
We could be that.
So what they just did was the Swellness Summit. And this is what it was. Jedham Smith said, "We're losing too many people in our community to drugs, alcohol, violence, mental illness, and suicide. So they gathered cage fighters, world tour legends, addicts in recovery, ex-cons,
And they locked him in a room and let him go at it.
Dance music, healing techniques.
And they locked him in a room.
No,
they let him go at I think that you would get more viewers.
They had a summit. It was a getaway. And people went and they did ice baths, breathing, all kinds of fun, and the Swellians always make it fun. So I just want to say, tip my hat to the Swellians.
You lost
the Swellians.
Really? That's bar's pretty low, dude.
For what?
Entertainment. I said we lock everyone in a room.
You
let
want to
them go at
torture
it.
people. They want to help people.
You're the one that wore a freaking bondage suit to the podcast.
I just wore this anyway. I didn't even know we were doing a podcast today. Legendary Lensman, Art Brewer. You know who Art Brewer
I
is?
do.
He needs our help. So he has been recently gone through, he's dealing with life-threatening medical issues. He's been in the hospital for a while now, liver transplant, the whole deal.
Right.
He does have insurance, but his first bill, America medical system, his first bill, $250,000. America!
F you.
Now,
I just paid my
I
health
want to be a
health
socialist
insurance
now because
today,
that
and
shit is.
I felt like that was a real kick,
How much
in the,
is-
kick in the dick.
Let's, you know what? Let's open this up to some honesty here.
Okay.
My health insurance for myself and 2 children, $1,900.
Once you add if there's 4 people, and depending on their age, and you want to be able to go to whatever hospital you're at because you're traveling a lot,
You want that reach around from someone that you trust,
you're over $2,000 a month, dude.
right?
Right.
And
And
you
you're
never
paying this,
use it.
You're paying this to not use it because God knows my wife goes to witch doctors and shit. Keeps me
I'll
healthy.
edit that out.
But I'm just saying.
I know, it's like I guess I use it for my colonoscopy, which was great.
You should get another one.
I might take a free nap.
It's weird because you could just pay my premium and get a colonoscopy without actually having any lube.
I think now, so now that I think back, preventative medicine, colonoscopy, I only paid like a couple $100. I mean,
Right.
that's like a $50 an inch for
I tell,
that tube
I
to
tell
go
you
in
what,
my butthole.
when I did shatter my arm,
Humerus?
my humerus, I
That's not
spent like
humerus.
4 days in the hospital and had like reconstructive surgery. I mean, it ended up costing me like $500.
Cost you an arm and a leg. Well, anyway,
It's like
Art Brewer
yeah.
has a GoFundMe set up, and look, he's been successful through his life, of course, but I mean, $250,000 for a medical procedure is exorbitant and radical.
And that was
So-
probably like 4 Tylenols, and they gave you a gown.
This is a guy, I mean, he's shot every, like, you think about memorable moments in surfing history, Bunker Speckles, Tom
So
Curran,
here's the
it
question
goes
that I
on
have.
and on.
This is the question I'm posing the industry. Question that I will pose to the industry.
Yeah.
First of all, please take care of Art Brewer. He's contributed to.
We love you, Art Brewer.
Contributed to multiple ad campaigns that surf companies have used.
Yeah.
But it begs the question. All of these athletes that are out there, like throwing themselves off of shit
Yeah.
for their sponsors, why do the sponsors not? I mean, look, you can. There's a couple different ways you can look at this. You can have one of those like group funded insurance policies, kind of like I think there's one that the church does, like the Christian church. They all pay into this thing, and it basically.
No, that's a fund to pay all the people that got molested.
Oh, but they also have another thing too, because I have some friends that have like kind of faked Christianity to like get this insurance. But like, what if they all paid into a pot and that was how the riders could actually be insured? Because it's such like.
No, use them, abuse them, and lose them.
Yeah.
There's always going to be another 15-year-old to pay $5 million to, and when he turns 19, you cut him.
Yeah, that's right.
And then he, goes and gets a job doing something,
Contribute to the homeless problem.
and you
action sports
don't
homeless problem.
take care of them.
And then they end up in a Sprinter van in your fucking beach parking lot. I
Some
want
of them,
that.
some pros are rich, some aren't. I agree with you though.
I on the really real, I do think that the industry is taking too long for skate, surf, snow, and all the other industries that incentivize people flying off
Yeah.
jumps. It's about time that they were given an insurance.
And correct us if we're wrong. If you know of those action sports kind of insurance things happening now, please let us know. I agree. I think in skating, I mean,
For sure.
all of these things.
Like while you're under contract with that company, just give them insurance. Not for the rest of their lives.
Well,
but
you
like
should,
for the 3 years.
you should give the option, right? Okay, we're
Right.
gonna pay you $2,500 a month.
Oh, that's sweet.
to
And then
surf.
And then we have the option too that you can contribute some of that salary to this insurance program that we have.
Right. Yeah, you would think.
Over here fucking
Anyway.
solving problems.
Jeez.
Hey, skate news is
What?
next. Do we have any more surf news?
Oh, I'm gonna be putting together an edit for Halloween
Sick.
from my session this morning. Big news.
Was that good, huh?
Skate News is brought to you by Beneath Apparel at BN3TH Apparel. And the top of the news, from what I'm seeing here, is the 2022 USA Skateboarding Film Your Best 50-second line deal that's happening again. And I don't know
What is happening with
if I'm a
skateboarding?
podcaster, I should know this. If I'm an action sports expert, basically thinking this is the virtual qualifier for the USA Olympic skateboarding team, or for Team USA, right?
Mm.
So you film your best 50-second line. Eric Costin had a post this morning that he announced, talked about. 50-second line has to be all exclusive footage for this. Out of the thousands that will enter,
And this is how they're going to pick the U.S. skateboard team?
something like this,
Wow.
or part of it.
Huh.
So the top
That seems
20 entrants.
very the Olympics kind of is always, it always has struck me as being, we need to have this structured and freaking regimented
yeah.
and all
Like
this,
points.
we need to have points and numbers. This seems a little free-flowy to me for them to be backing it.
I think that it's a two-tier approach. This might just be one tier, but I think that the people with high rankings will get something.
Okay.
When is the Olympics?
It's in like 20 years.
It's going to be in France, Paris.
Yeah, I think actually it's
Paris,
like,
France.
It's like next summer. No,
It's-
summer after next.
That's 2024. We'll have we'll keep you updated.
And then after that is the other one.
The guy Jeff Emmett from Pearl Jam, bass player. You know Jeff Emmett?
Even flow. Is that a protest
Thoughts
song?
arrive like butterflies.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jeff Emmett, the bass player for Pearl Jam.
Hmm.
He's a skate guy. He's a skateboarder.
Okay.
So he's helped build parks in Missoula, Montana,
Sick.
and just recently, he built 2 parks in Hardin and Lodge Grass, Montana, I believe.
He contributed money.
Yeah, like put the money up.
Wait, what's his name?
Jeff Emmett.
I think he actually owns a piece of property right next to DeVoe's house in Mexico that he hasn't developed yet.
I think that he is he's super rad. He's had Don Pendleton, the artist on the boards that I ride, Darkroom Skateboards. He's had him do a bunch of artwork for Pearl Jam.
Sick.
This is a rad guy. So next time you want to talk shit on Pearl Jam, think again. Fools are building skate parks for you.
spoken clear today.
Eddie Vedder and Sneedus guy.
That's right. He went
This
to.
chain really is tickling my. Did you watch Halloween Hellbomb on Thrasher Magazine?
No. Oh wait, yes, I did. I watched portions of it.
Gnarly.
They're really, they are constantly upping the gnar, like coming from the Dime Jam to the Halloween Hellbomb and these crazy obstacles.
Yeah.
That can really fuck you up, and
And
I
people
like.
do get fucked
I
up.
like where they're going with it.
You like it.
Yeah.
It makes me worry.
People step to stuff, like really step to stuff that I bet they show up and they're like, I don't know, dude. And then like 2 seconds later, someone's flying off of like a giant cigarette stuck into
Yeah. I think
a launch ramp.
I think what you can always count on with a skate jam like that is frenzy to be whipped up. And I think skating is probably where this happens the most. I'm sure a snowboard quote session this happens. Surfing, not really because it's so spread out. But when people start amplifying what they're doing and going crazier and crazier, skateboarding is just like it's electric. It runs through the crew. And you see this at all these kind of jam events and proper skate contests. Like everybody just lifts each other's level. This is basically the total antithesis of quote Olympic style skateboarding.
Right.
This is just a bunch of people getting loaded, skating off crazy obstacles. Not everybody's loaded. There's kids there too, and they're eating shit just like the grown-ups. It's really fun to watch.
What's your price to go pick your kid up from school and not get up?
Oh my god. I I always wanted to embarrass my kids, but now that they're actually like of the age of embarrassment,
This
I
is
don't
like, this
really
goes
want to.
beyond, like, this is like,
This might
okay,
scar.
I'm gonna,
kids.
like, what is the price to scar your kid?
Because kids don't know about the Road Warrior. They don't know what this costume
No,
is.
you,
They
there's
just
like,
think
dad is
dad's
just, dad, I see dad's ass
weird.
flaps.
Assless chaps next year for sure. I'll wait till both of them get into junior high school for that.
Yeah.
What else we got? A couple proper video parts have dropped. Leo Baker post-op part is great. Jack Fardell, hooroo part is great. Jack Fardell, what a guy. I DM him the other night.
Right back.
Amazing part. Congrats, dude, you killed it. Even text right back. Thanks so much. How are you?
Wow.
Yeah, Jack Fardell doesn't have to talk to me. He said, "How are you?" I'm great. And that's it. It's skate news. Oh wait.
Wow.
Skate. Last Thursday, so every Thursday we do our Adult Swim meetup. My friend Blair, Ali, and I.
Costume it?
We costumed up, and we were the only two people at the skate park.
Just you guys in
People were
costume?
driving by, and there's two guys in full football gear playing football at the skate park, and we filmed to edit. It was fun. I love Halloween. My brother
Fucking
does
hates
not
it.
like Halloween.
No.
He tolerates
Why
it.
is it? And do you think did something
I
happen?
think he
on
ate a
Halloween?
razor blade in a Snickers bar
Really?
when he was younger.
That's what-
He had a fentanyl Skittle, and it did not agree with him. Yeah, I mean, there is pressure though. I was feeling the pressure this morning when I spent, I don't know, countless hours and probably $100 on my dumbass Mandalorian outfit. And I put it all on. It took a half hour, and I walked out, and one of my neighbors was like, "How many costumes do you have today?" I'm like, "Well, shit, I was up all night making this one, but I guess now I need 4 more." Good news is it worked out for me.
Great.
I look great,
Mm-hmm.
and life is good. Happy Halloween. Snow news brought to you by K2 Snowboards. K2 Snowboards, boots, bindings, boards, the best. I love them.
Guess what, everybody?
What?
You know,
That's great.
here's the question that I have for you.
Question. Go ahead.
So it's a big time of year for a lot of people. A lot of people want to go out there and buy gear, right? Like they want to go out and they want to
Yeah.
buy gear. So you go to your local shop,
Okay.
and let's say you need to get a new board, a new boots,
Yeah.
bindings,
Yeah.
maybe some new pants, jacket. You're not getting out of there for under $3,000.
Put $3,000. Come on, that's
Dude,
a little much. I
snowboard-
thought you were gonna say $2,000.
Snowboards.
$3,000's a little.
Snowboards are like $700. Bindings are like probably $350.
All you have to do is start a podcast,
Boots are like
get a
$350.
sponsor, and you're sweet.
And then I've had it.
He's had it. This guy's a legendary snowboarder. He's had it. Let's talk Snowboarding Hall of Fame. How do we get Todd Richards in the Snowboarding Hall of Fame?
I don't necessarily.
I love when you get nervous and weird about it when I bring
I
it
don't
up.
like to talk about things like that. It's just weird.
Well, ask me about getting in
How did
To the
the sodomy
Halloween
Hall
Hall
of
of
Fame?
Fame. That's the only thing I have to make Todd.
Alright.
There's red face. That's all I got.
This is my shirt.
The rumor mill was swirling on the internet, the old internet. Shaun White and his lady? Question?
What is the question?
Are they gonna get engaged?
I don't know. Maybe
That's what the internet wants to know. Have you been on Twitter lately, by the way?
No, but I heard that.
It's not.
I heard the other night that Elon Musk, if you are verified on Twitter, Elon Musk is now going to start charging you $20 a month to keep that check mark. I don't give a fuck. Take my check mark.
You have one, huh?
Well, I got one because of the Olympics. I think everyone that was like a commentator
Oh,
got
must
one.
be nice.
And that was like 2010.
I got no checks.
No.
No, I'm not
So
verified
this,
anywhere.
who cares?
I'm verified sketchy,
You're not verified.
obviously.
I don't really have any snowboard news.
Well, you know, it's like kind of in this middle ground where things are open, but it's not really popping. Like, I don't really want
I'm
to
sure.
go
I mean,
somewhere
there's
and,
still, everyone's like
dirt.
doing these premieres. The Dust Box just, I believe today, their new movie is dropping. Did I talk about last week where Scotty Stevens filmed? He kind of talked about his new Capita snowboard that he released with Zero. Did I tell you about that?
No.
I think I did.
What about, oh, you know who's really funny? Is the other Scotty, the Australian Scotty.
Scotty James.
Scotty James just dropped he's like a really great TikToker.
I think he's super good at TikTok.
Did you see? So he did a video. This is hard hitting snow news. You're gonna love it. He did a video where he said like when you ask your lady what she wants for dinner,
Right.
and there was a piece of paper.
I don't know.
Whatever you want. Yeah.
He puts them in.
Scotty James, that was great.
He's good.
That was
good
great.
at comedy.
That was entertaining. Nerd news. I mean, let's just do this thing because I got more costumes to wear. I got people to freak out.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
I will say this though. Now that it's almost November,
Okay.
I can spill the beans.
Okay.
Quicksilver Snowboard Team is coming to the East Coast
On a tour?
on a tour.
Come on.
Starting November 13th. We are going to go to Buckman's in Pennsylvania.
Are you kidding me? They're really
Then we're going to
they're
go.
coming to your
Then
town.
we're going to go to Big Snow Wad American Dream, and then we're going to surf the Scooting Pool.
What?
And then we're going to go to Killington, Vermont, and go rip around and maybe throw jackets and stuff at kids. I don't think we can legally do a little contest, but we're going to do a little pop-up
What if
backpack throwdown. We're going to take stuff out of our backpack and throw it at people.
What if you talked to the people at Quicksilver and said, how great would this tour be if we had a podcast element and your friend Chris could come for a couple days and snowboard with you and surf the wave pool, and then we do a podcast with all your riders. I've got the equipment, I've got the microphones.
That actually, I can make that happen. Can you leave?
Yeah, I'll leave right now.
Budgets galore. And then, so let me tell you who the riders list is going to be.
Go for it.
We've got Austin Sweeten.
He's great, he's sweet.
He's fantastic. We've got Griffin Siebert.
Griffin Siebert, he flies like an egret.
We got Harrison Gordon.
Harrison Gordon flows like water.
That's right. Who else do we have?
Don't know who that person.
Miles Fallon.
Miles Fallon, funnier than Jimmy Fallon on a snowboard.
I feel like you're just saying things.
No, he's got good rail work.
And then me.
Todd Richards,
I'm gonna go.
legend.
And we're gonna.
Oh, bro, you're a legend.
We're gonna pick up people along the way. And we're gonna get in the RV and boom, we're gonna end up in Montreal on the 20th for a big movie premiere at Empire.
I'll clear a couple days out of my schedule to meet up with you guys. We'll do a podcast.
We're gonna skateboard some skateboard parks.
Okay, so you just said that a snowboarding kit is going to be $3,000. So obviously these companies, Quicksilver's making a ton of money.
And we're just gonna
They
give.
should give
We're
some
gonna
of that
give
to
out if
me.
you see us on this snow tour because it's more like the Quicksilver
Us.
preseason good vibes tour.
Oh, I like it.
Okay? It's
Our
not really a
snow, like-
snow. They're gonna show some movies. We're gonna hand out some product.
Autograph signings?
We're gonna if you want an autograph, cool. If you don't, it's
But you're not
also
gonna
cool.
sit at a
No
table.
pressure. You don't have to if you want something from one of us.
Anyone over at Killington, if you get Todd Richards' autograph, we'll talk about you on our podcast.
That's right.
Any more snow news? Oh, I have a snow news thing.
What?
So this is, we have a correspondent up in Vancouver,
Yes.
and, we've got some, okay, this is from our correspondent, Mr. John Veeder, up
Oh,
at
John
Whistler.
Peter. Here we go. What is it?
Big Red Express got its hull line installed. Still waiting to see one on the Creekside Gandhi, but it looks like Whistler might be ready for opening day.
I had heard Rumorville had it that between the storms that are coming, Whist might be open next week.
Really?
Up above.
Well, you know we're gonna get that report.
You know we're gonna be there for opening day.
I've only been to Whistler in summer,
Really?
and there's still snow up there. There's a glacier.
Why
I
did
don't
you?
know if you knew
Why
that.
did you go there in the summer?
I was on a date. My then future, now current wife.
Oh, cool.
Dudes, if you want to wifey that thing up, take him to Whistler. Trust me, works every time. Most of the time, it's gonna work. Talking French kissing, we're talking hand holding, all that fun stuff. Nerd News is brought to you by Bubs Naturals.
What do we have for nerd news this week? Lots.
Nothing. We're not nerds. We're grown-ups. We just nerds. That's stupid.
I didn't know that Chris was gonna be Lord Humungous. He texted me and said, "I have the ultimate costume. You're gonna shit when you see it."
And it's totally worth it.
Yep.
So yeah, nerd news. I mean, I watched a fun Halloween movie with I think Shawn Wayne's called The Curse of Bridge Creek or something. Where
Boggy.
all the
Curse of Boggy Creek.
I started it with my kids, and then after like 20 minutes or something, they both left the room, and I finished it. It was a PG Disney Halloween movie, and it was great. All this town, if you get this, you're not gonna believe it. Science teacher and his family moved to this town. He does not like Halloween, like my brother, anti-Halloween, because he's a scientist. He's like, well, things are, blah blah blah.
Clearly not based on your brother.
So, in this town, there's a curse, and the curse is unleashed, and all the Halloween decorations come to life and try to kill the townspeople. And they do.
Obviously.
Everybody dies.
The end. Chris, I have a Halloween conundrum for you.
Okay.
Nerd news.
Okay.
Here we go. Haddonfield, Illinois. Back in 1978.
Heard it.
Michael Myers, as a child,
Yeah.
murders his sister.
I mean, been there.
Murders his sister.
Yeah.
And her sister's boyfriend.
But what did he do to deserve that? He didn't do anything.
I think he murdered the boyfriend. No, he didn't murder the boyfriend, just murdered the sister. Murders
Okay.
his sister.
Go on.
Brutally murders the sister.
Okay. Not just like a nice murder.
Michael Myers then goes to an asylum.
Okay.
Straight from childhood to asylum.
Yeah.
Okay? Beginning of the movie, we got Dr. Loomis is driving to the insane asylum to, they're going to transfer Michael Myers to make sure that he never gets out of prison ever. Because Dr. Loomis is his psychiatrist. Right?
Because this dude is,
Right.
he will kill everyone.
He will fucking murder everyone, dead eyes, like a doll's eyes.
Yeah.
They drive up there.
Yeah.
Obviously, Michael Myers has fucking busted out of the asylum, right?
Okay.
Michael Myers has been under the state's care since he was 7 years old. Are you following me?
I
Are
get
you
it.
following
Where
me?
is this going?
Michael Myers.
You're hitting the table right in front of that microphone for these fine people on YouTube.
Michael Myers.
Trick or treat.
Michael Myers escapes the asylum, gets in a car, and drives like he's had his license his entire life. The kid has never driven a car. This is the conundrum within the Halloween franchise. How does Michael Myers, when being under state supervision since he was a very young child, suddenly know how to drive an automobile perfectly?
Television. Because I bet he watched some television.
It takes finesse.
And on
A
TV,
gas pedal.
you watch
When
you
you're young, you got your left foot. You're not even left foot braking,
you
but
know
you got
what?
left foot on the brake, right foot on the gas. You
Well-
can't do it. You're also an axe murderer with fucking jelly for a brain. All you want to do is murder, and suddenly you can cruise around town in a station wagon.
It's
like
probably a
ain't no thing.
manual transmission too.
Probably 3 on the tree. I don't know. How does Michael Myers do that? Takes me right out of the movie every time.
We got a lot of questions. That's one of them, and I don't know the answer to that. I think that movie's fake.
You do?
Yeah.
I thought it was based on real life.
Adam X Art. Questions are brought to you by Beneath Apparel at BN3TH Apparel. There's hold up the stickers. Adam X Art says, remembering Sean Barney Barron's rad wetsuits, what costume print would you have wanted on a wetsuit? Happy Halloween. Thank you, Adam. Happy Halloween back to you.
Happy Halloween.
He is one of the other kings of Halloween.
Yes.
Because he does pumpkins all year long.
Listen.
Now he's got this.
Listen.
Okay, what would you want on a wetsuit?
Well, let's talk about Matt Wilkinson. Okay, so Matt Wilkinson kind of picked up the torch that Sean Barney Barron started.
Yeah, Rip
Lit.
Curl made him some.
Rip Curl
sick
made him. He
costumes.
was in France. He made the suit with the boobs all over it. The dollar bill suit for the Quicksilver Pro.
Yeah, like a bullfighter suit.
Bullfighter suit for Portugal. So,
I think those Buell suits with the skeletons on them
Those
are
are pretty
pretty
cool.
cool. Those are pretty cool.
I kind of like. I wonder why more people don't do
Fantasy.
like fantasy fun.
Oh,
ones.
Kalani Robbins had some business-looking suits.
How come no one's ever done the flesh tone? Makes it look like you're just wearing a bikini bottom.
What about jean shorts and flesh
Yes.
tones?
That would be insane if you did a wetsuit. Wait, I think Wilkinson did that.
Maybe.
I think he did do that.
I think I would want. It would be pretty sick to do like a sketchy, kind of like prisoner tattoo all over skin suit. You know what would be kind of cool? A
Scales.
rainbow trout. You know, like a rainbow trout.
I want like scales.
Fish scales, dragon scales.
Dragon scales.
All right, dragon scales. Fire. You're
Remember-
on fire.
Remember Sam Goodbody? You remember who that is?
No, but
Okay, Sam
how
Goodbody
was his body?
It was good.
It's pretty good.
It was on Saturday mornings, and he would teach you about health, and he wore this suit that you could see all the organs in it.
That must
And he would
be
be
a
like,
Massachusetts
this is
thing.
my heart, this is my spleen, check out my anus. I don't know, but he would say all these things.
Final answer, scales.
Yes.
All right, I'm going final answer. Rainbow trout.
Okay.
Stupid.
I forgot that I have to go.
Fire.
I have to go to the DMV after this with a fake mustache.
Nice. Danny Caputo. He was on our podcast last week.
That's right. What does Danny Caputo have to say?
You pull up to surf your favorite spot, nowhere to park. Once you finally find a spot, you notice there's 30 people out, 20 of them total kooks. 9 of them are ripping and paddling like it's a WSL scouting camp. Don't forget to throw a kayak or something in the sort to spice it up. How do you maintain motivation to paddle out and be part of it? Well, that's funny that you'd mention that, Danny, because that's what happens to me every time I surf seaside.
Mm-hmm.
There's always 20 people out and they're all really good at surfing, and so I feel like you have to be in the mindset to not battle, that might be too strong a word, get in the mix it up with the athletes.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, so that's when you're surfing. I want to surf a good wave, I'll go surf a good wave with other athletes
If you
like
surf,
myself.
let's say like your deal was that you surfed nude.
Okay,
Do you think that would like thin the crowd?
it would thin your wiener because the water's getting colder.
No, I'm just saying, like if that was your deal,
Right.
like you're like, oh, it's the nude surf guy. No one's gonna want to surf near the nude surf guy.
You would probably get arrested pretty quick
But why?
around here.
But why? Not in the water.
Yeah.
Like let's say you go in the water and then you have clothes on, then you get in the water, and now it's maritime.
You're
law.
not allowed. No, maritime law only starts a couple miles out.
Okay,
So
what
if
is
you're surfing Cortez Bank naked, then you're probably fine.
Okay, this is a question for everyone out there. Where can I start not wearing clothes in the water
Black's
to
Beach.
be maritime law?
Black's Beach. I've surfed naked at Black's. I've surfed naked in France too,
You did?
and in Cabo.
What?
I've surfed naked out here before as well. What were we gonna say?
Nothing.
My body surfed naked in Maui.
You did?
Feasting TV.
I always feel like one of those fish, like you know when they do the nature channel and they go way down in the
Amazon.
the
fish,
the
yeah.
trench, the whatever the trench is, the Marinar
Oh.
trench, Marinar,
Marinar.
Marinar trench. It was my nickname in high school. But they
The marinara.
there's
trench.
always that one fish with the little lantern that sticks out with the huge teeth. I always think that's gonna bite your wiener off.
Well, if you're naked that far down in the marinara trench, you're dead because your body will.
Right.
Well,
I mean,
I
I'm
mean,
just
come on.
saying. Well,
It's science. Don't be
this fish
stupid.
can they come up here?
Go surf Black's naked. Give it a try.
Would you rather? Okay. Would you rather?
Yeah.
Would you rather show up at Poods naked
Okay.
to skateboard, or show up at Lowers naked to surf?
Lowers. You're gonna get arrested either way.
Right.
Your schlong's out, and nobody wants it. You
Do you
get
think-
arrested.
What if you filmed? Okay, so here's another would you rather. Would you rather film like you have when you're naked you have incredible skate and surf skills? Would you rather
Ooh.
film a 1-minute video part of bangers skating but you're nude the whole time? You
Okay.
can wear shoes, but you're nude.
Okay.
Or banger surf video part, you can do every move you try completely nude.
I think banger surf video part because something about being nude and wet.
No, they would blur it. They'd
Yeah.
blur your balls out.
I'm saying this. I mean, Coco surfed nude. A bunch of people have surfed nude. Brad Gerlach surfed nude for a video part for a Life's a Beach movie called Breaking On Through. Yeah, so I'm gonna go surf nude, all wet, lubed up. Can I have sunblock on my nose?
Yeah, you can have some. You can
Can I
wear
have sunblock on my, just the top of my shat, my shat?
You know, they say that you're supposed to let your balls and your taint get sun.
Chad and JT actually say that.
They do. It's called
Sunning your perineum?
Sunning your privates.
It's always sunny in your perineum. Question from Beasting TV.
What does he say?
There obviously isn't enough seals to handle the shark population once they get better. Are they
Right.
going to migrate? Are they going to find a way to make it through the kelp and cause a children's pool massacre?
Right? Wait, the seals or the sharks?
Yeah.
There was a seal that let all of its skin come off today on the beach.
Wait, what? Molted?
Yeah, it looked like a molted seal.
Brian, Beasting Productions, that's a great question.
What are we talking about here? Are we talking about the sharks?
Are there enough seals to feed the sharks around here? I think so. I hope so. Knock on wood. Ken at Hangar 18 wants to know, when will Kelly Slater retire, take over the pro tour, or start one of his own?
Ooh, what if he, like Elon Musk's the WSL?
Well, that's what happened in golf, right? Saudi Arabia came through and created the LIV tour to go up against the PGA, and they got about half the big dogs from the PGA to come over the LIV tour. They're just like, we have billions of dollars. Come on over, and we'll just give you the money. So
what if Kelly just takes over the WSL and fully says, none of you guys are verified, the people that made the cut, and he just picks his own people?
I project that next 2023 will be Kelly's last year on tour, but he will obviously be a huge part of surfing for the next 40 years. I don't know if he would start his own tour per se, because I think he's got a lot of other outside interests beyond competitive surfing. But I think that if some other big company, and I think that, Kelly Slater and WSL, they have a great relationship. They've been together forever. I think that if somebody stepped up and just was like, I've got $1 billion for you to start your tour, Kelly, the Rebel Tour. Remember the Rebel Tour talk?
I remember when Brad Gerlach tried to do the game.
The game was sick.
It was sick.
That was a good team event.
Hey, Chemistry Surfboards, Cam's board's done. We're stoked on that.
Oh, that's your question?
No, that's just what they told me.
This is kind of a spiritual conundrum here from Working Class Vacation.
What is it?
Would you rather be accepted or understood? Accepted or understood?
Understood.
Yeah. Because I think through understanding comes acceptance.
Oh my God.
So you can accept Todd for who he is, although
Would you rather
no one will understand that, who he is. But if you could go deep in your heart and really try to understand why Todd is like this, you might accept him a little bit more.
Would you rather be tolerated or accepted?
I honestly feel like
I feel like I'm tolerated about
Tolerated.
90% of the time in my life.
yeah,
People
I feel
tolerate
like I'm
me.
tolerated.
Yeah.
Man, I did this again.
What did you do?
Sometimes this is from DJ.
Okay. What did you say?
DC Jones 87, what up? Hey Chris and Todd.
Yo.
How old were your kids when you first tossed them on a surfboard? What about a snowboard?
My son Cam was probably 5 when I first put him on a surfboard, and he was over it because I pushed him into one that doubled up and smashed him, and then so he didn't surf for a
Same
little bit.
thing. 5 is too young. I mean, if you're just working around on the shore break course on a foamy or whatever, but like tossing him on board and trying to get him seriously going at 5, it's too early.
But I will say this though, I put Cam on a snowboard at 6, and he was fine. Like he could carve turns.
You know how I feel about toddlers on
At
snowboards.
6.
I don't like it.
You don't lie.
I don't like people
You know-
laying under on snowboards.
You know how Chris feels toddlers.
You know how I feel about toddlers on snowboards. I hate it. I think it sucks.
Make a stand.
You know what? 6 is fine. 4, I don't like it. Why don't you make your infant water ski at 6 months old?
It's more just like dragging them around the lake at that point.
Juice Whale wants to know, did you win your heat this morning? Where can I see the heat replay?
Yep.
I did win that heat. I smoked all your asses at Seaside in my contest jersey. Brandon Parkhurst wants to know,
Hey.
has Todd ever surfed, skated, and snowboarded in one day?
Yes, and it's a pain in the ass, and I don't recommend it.
I've done it as well. It's very tiring.
The trifecta.
It's pretty fun.
You know what? There's a better trifecta. It's called.
Weed, fentanyl, and acid in one day.
It's
Trifecta.
called burping, sneezing, and farting at the same time. Did you know you can die if you do that?
Coughing, sneezing, stuffy head fever, second rest medicine. That's what
Is
NyQuil's for.
that NyQuil?
Oh, we've got one from Honolulu.
Chris, wait. Before we go to Hanali's voice memo question, I saw a meme the other day that was amazing. They claim that Gen Z is. They say that Gen Z has millennials.
Okay.
They say millennials haven't accomplished shit, except for the fact that we convinced everyone that the kid from the Wonder Years was actually Marilyn Manson. And I say, ha! We convinced the entire world that Mikey died from eating Pop Rocks and Coca-Cola.
And
Mikey from Life Cereal and Richard Gere gear, likes to put gerbils in his buckle.
And Marilyn Manson had 2 ribs removed so he could fillet himself.
That's right. But
So he was the guy from Wonder Years is out there filleting himself.
but I think they claim that was part of their thing too, where like the millennials brought that.
I made that up.
Yeah, right. Like I also
One
heard.
day at lunch.
I also heard that Rod Stewart couldn't perform on stage because he had 12 gallons of semen in his stomach.
I know. You know how much semen that is?
It's a lot.
We know personally how much
Right.
that is. Hanali wants to know, do you know what's going on with Winter Dew Tour since they haven't announced a
Yes,
date this year?
Hanali, I do, and this is unofficially.
And what's your best costume you've seen this year? Go ahead.
Best costume.
Stop hitting the table
God, I
right
can't.
in front
I
of the
can't. I
microphone.
feel like it's
You do
not-
not respect sound.
I-
You do not respect sound.
I feel like it drives
And our
me.
readers know this. And our listeners.
If you're at home listening in Braille, listen. I think
Our
my
listeners.
favorite costume I've seen so far is Chris's Lord Humungous. I'm
Thank you.
not joking.
Thank you.
What was the question?
What's up with
Dew
Dew
Tour.
Tour Winter?
Dew Tour is happening in February. The dates haven't been specifically announced yet,
Okay.
but it is happening at Copper Mountain. Stay tuned. I think they're finalizing things.
And Hanali, I wasn't invited.
Well, not yet. Stop banging the desk with your chain.
God, I'm sorry I yelled at you.
Your chain meat
Okay?
wallet.
I'm sorry I yelled at you. Go ahead. Thank you for saying I have the best costume. Best costume I've seen so far this year?
Yeah.
So, Dew Tour's in February. We don't know the exact dates.
That's right.
The best costumes I've seen this year. Mine. My Mandalorian costume. And she said don't say your own, but
You know, it was,
I just
there
I
was
the best
the
costume.
better Mandalorian costume was the one where the guy takes a
The
bucket
panties
and,
on the- yeah.
and he uses like
It's not functional.
foil.
You can't walk around in
You
that.
can't see out of panties. Why did you make your tee like so small? I feel like you,
I've never
like,
made a Mandalorian
I
costume.
feel like you purposely made it like a squinting Mandalorian.
I've never made a Mandalorian costume with my own bare hands, but you know what I
Obviously.
did? I made it right here.
And cut your
I
hands.
cut myself to high hell. Cut myself to ribbons.
Do we have any more questions before we wrap this up and I can get on with
Dan
celebrating
Carter
Halloween?
says, what's the dollar per hour cost of Todd's Boba Fett suit so far in terms of wear time?
Let me tell you, that costume,
It pays for itself.
It paid for itself. Enjoy.
Yeah.
I will say this though, I'm constantly trying to fix it and make it better.
Well, what do you mean?
Because the armor last year was all Velcroed in place. So this year I went to Michael's and bought those like the jewelry pins with the back that like fastens. You know, like your pin, like a pin you would get.
Yes.
Okay. So I went and did those and put those all in there, and then like JB welded all the pins to themselves so that the armor's never coming off at this point. It is not coming off. But like you're always seeing things, especially with if you want to become like 501 certified.
Oh my God, what the hell are you talking
I'm
about?
talking about like if eventually I want to take that suit and I want to go to like the children's hospital with the troopers, the troop people here, the Star Wars
You
people.
don't help people.
I'm trying to
You think you're a swellian helping people? You ain't helping anybody.
help you, help me, help you.
Todd will come to the children's hospital for $5,000.
So lame.
What?
It's like $2,000. and I'll
Just
show
help
up.
somebody. $2,500. Christy Zeebs wants to know.
Ah, Zeebs, what's up?
Nitro World Games just happened in Australia last Monday, and
I wasn't there.
I wasn't invited either. Oh, they love you, Todd, but they didn't want you. 2 freestyle motocross triple flips for Landon.
I heard. I heard.
Skate vert, BMX, triple hit, best trick, and scooter. Yeah, we saw that.
That's, I mean, it's
3 of them, 3 flips.
it's frightening that that's where we're at now.
I remember watching the Nitro Circus thing at Travis's house. Were you there for that?
Yeah. No, I
Those
wasn't
guys
there.
did
I
the
wasn't there
triple
for it,
flips?
but it's
Full
insane.
action.
And there has, I mean, look, Nitro World Games is, I feel like it has the potential of spectacle to steal away the thunder of, well, X Games just got recently bought, but I feel like Nitro World Games has that shock and awe that was kind of added to X Games, where they had the snowmobile racing and then motocross
Right.
and stuff. And I do feel like there's an element to that is wonderful to see. Also, I mean, they had Nitro Rallycross this weekend. The TCA Buffoni.
Yeah.
Buffoni. The TCA Buffoni was racing side by sides.
Damn.
Razors.
Sick.
Pretty cool. So there's I don't know. I feel like Nitro World Games and Nitro Rallycross and like they have this platform to like turn it into more of a spectacle again instead of like a one-off like afternoon jobby.
Is there a podcast element to any of these?
There could be.
There should be. Old nerdy bastard. Final question: would you rather have snowboard style while surfing or surf style while snowboarding?
Surf style snowboarding.
Easy.
Nobody wants snowboard style surfing.
What? So to me, the characteristics of snowboarder style surfing is a lot of my snowboarder friends lean forward a lot while they're surfing.
They bend at the
Can you
waist.
see this?
Their stance.
I could watch you surf and I wouldn't know
Their stances.
which stance you
The stance.
You surf well enough to where I couldn't tell
I
if you're a
couldn't.
snowboarder.
I watch you surf and I can't tell if you're regular
Are
or
you
goofy.
goofy foot? Oh, so you were not switch.
I feel like the stances are really wide, and
Yes.
if they're like snowboarders coming straight over into surfing, figuring it out, the stances are oftentimes really wide, and the feet don't move.
One thing I've noticed about snowboarders who surf is the front arm is often like this. You know what I mean? Back arms like that, front arms. So if I'm goofy going that way, front arms like that. Have you noticed that?
I do. I think I do that too.
You do that too?
I think so.
I think most snowboarders do that, and I think maybe, I don't know why, because maybe you have it like that when you fall snowboarding.
I don't know. I think it's also like
I think you're a great surfer, Todd.
I feel like
I don't like when you talk badly about your surfing. I want to defend you to you.
people surf. There's a lot of upper body movement. Like
Yeah.
you're using your arms to bring your turns around. Snowboarding, everything's quiet.
It's like when you're surfing, it seems like you're going like this a lot, you know? Like in snowboarding, you're just kind of like this. But surfing has, you know, like when you go up and you turn like that.
You really gotta open your body up. Hey, in other surf news, we're going back to surf news.
What?
Sterling Spencer's new podcast.
Sterling Spencer has a podcast.
The Centaur is back, which is great.
Centaur is back.
I feel like Sterling Spencer is something that surfing has missed. He's the world champion yet once again.
All right.
That does it for us.
I'm going to go trick-or-treating at my kid's elementary school.
Sweet. Have fun in the wasteland. We'll see you guys next week, and it'll be an all-new November Monday Mass. And until then,